Calm people are often misunderstood. Their stillness is mistaken for softness, their restraint is read as passivity, and their silence is interpreted as permission. Disrespect does not always come from aggression. More often, it comes from miscalibration. Human beings constantly measure boundaries. They adjust behavior based on feedback. When feedback is unclear, they test. Calm people give less feedback. That ambiguity creates friction, and friction invites pressure. This is not malice. It is social learning. Respect forms through signals, not intentions, not inner strength, signals. Behavioral psychology shows that humans infer status from patterns of response, speed, consistency, consequences. When a person remains calm but inconsistent in enforcing limits, observers draw a simple conclusion. There is no cost to pushing further. Calmness alone does not generate respect. Regulation without structure becomes invisibility. This is why some calm people are respected and others are overlooked. The difference is not temperament, it is calibration. Respect forms when behavior creates predictable outcomes. When boundaries are crossed and nothing changes, the brain updates the model. This individual does not resist. The update is unconscious. It happens automatically. Over time, small intrusions accumulate. Interruptions increase. Requests expand. Tone shifts. None of it feels dramatic. It feels gradual. This is the quiet erosion many calm people experience. They believe composure should speak for itself. It does not. Composure must be paired with consequence, not confrontation. Consequence. In workplaces, this dynamic is common. A calm employee absorbs extra tasks without protest. They respond politely. They do not escalate. Management learns quickly. This person can carry more weight. The behavior is rewarded with more demands, not more respect. Respect would require a recalibration, a signal that capacity has limits. Without that signal, the system optimizes for efficiency, not fairness. In social groups, the same pattern appears. The calm individual rarely corrects jokes at their expense. They smile, they move on. Others learn there is no friction. Humor shifts, lines blur. What began as friendliness becomes dismissal. Again, not cruelty. Conditioning. Relationships follow the same rule. When one person regulates emotions but never adjusts behavior in response to disrespect, the dynamic drifts. The other person feels safe to push. Safety without structure leads to imbalance. Respect requires both emotional stability and boundary clarity. One without the other collapses. The most common mistake calm people make is believing that restraint equals authority. It does not. Authority emerges when restraint is paired with selective firmness. Calmness keeps the nervous system regulated. Firmness teaches the environment how to behave. Without firmness, calmness becomes background noise. Another mistake is delaying correction too long. When boundaries are addressed late, emotion leaks. The response feels sudden, unfair, overblown. Early correction feels clean. Late correction feels reactive. Behavioral studies consistently show that immediate, proportional feedback shapes behavior most effectively. Not lectures, not explanations, immediate adjustment. Calm people often avoid early correction to maintain harmony. Ironically, this creates more disruption later. Respect is not built through tolerance. It is built through clarity. Clarity does not require volume. It requires consistency. A brief pause, a neutral statement, a change in behavior. These are signals. Signals recalibrate expectations. When expectations change, respect stabilizes. The internal adjustment required is subtle. Calm people must separate emotional regulation from behavioral passivity. Remaining calm does not mean remaining open. It means choosing responses deliberately. Externally, this looks like slower responses paired with firmer outcomes. Not arguing, not explaining, simply adjusting access, adjusting availability, adjusting participation. Humans are sensitive to these shifts. They notice them immediately. Internally, this requires releasing the need to be perceived as agreeable. Agreeableness is not the same as respect. Agreeableness lowers friction. Respect increases it slightly. That friction signals value, not hostility, value. This is why highly respected individuals are often described as fair but firm, not warm, not cold, predictable. Predictability with limits creates trust. Trust supports respect. Another error is using calmness to avoid discomfort. Discomfort is part of boundary formation. Calmness should contain discomfort, not eliminate it. When calm people allow themselves to feel the discomfort of setting limits without escaping it, behavior changes around them. People adjust. Testing reduces. Disrespect fades. Not because fear was introduced, because clarity replaced ambiguity. Respect does not require dominance. It requires structure. Structure emerges when internal control translates into external consistency. Calm people already possess the internal half. The missing half is visible calibration. Small, quiet, repeatable adjustments. No drama, no speeches, just outcomes. When interruptions are not tolerated, they stop. When access is limited, it is valued. When availability is controlled, presence increases. These are not tactics. They are behavioral laws. They operate whether acknowledged or not. The goal is not to demand respect. Demands signal insecurity. The goal is to create conditions where respect becomes the most efficient response. Efficiency drives human behavior more than morality. When respecting you becomes easier than testing you, the environment adapts. Calmness then regains its power, not as invisibility, but as gravity. Stay sharp.